is mercy? Mercy is compassionate love, specifically for those who suffer. A simple example of mercy is holding the door open for a person who's on crutches. What about divine mercy? What is divine mercy? Divine mercy is God's love for the people who suffer. Our greatest suffering is sin. Sin causes the most suffering for humanity. So God's greatest act of mercy was to send Jesus Christ, his Son, to suffer and die for us and save all of humanity. So Jesus is mercy. In the Catechism of the Catholic Church, verse 1846, it says, "The gospel is the revelation in Jesus Christ of God's mercy to sinners." The angel announced to Joseph in Matthew chapter 1, verse 21, "You shall call his name Jesus, for he will save his people from their sins." So much did Jesus want to give us this message of mercy. He actually appeared to a Polish nun, St. Faustina, in 1931. I mean, that's not that long ago. God will at times speak to mystics when he has a specific message for a certain time in history. This is what he said to St. Faustina. He said, "Now is the time of mercy. Now is the time of extraordinary mercy. Now is the time when I want to give especially great graces to the human race. I want to pour out my mercy in a big way." Why did Jesus say that? I mean, those are some extraordinary words. Well, Pope St. John Paul II explains it the best. I mean, if you think about it, we have some awesome blessings right now. We have smartphones and cell phones, we have email. I mean, we can go to the grocery store or any store and buy pretty much anything we want. We have air conditioning. I mean, we live a very comfortable, blessed life. John Paul continues to explain that maybe, during this time of great blessing, and maybe even partly because of these blessings, there is also unprecedented evil during this time. Evil has the greatest power that it ever had. But John Paul also reminds us to be not afraid. And St. Paul says in Romans, "Where sin abounds, grace also abounds all the more." Jesus wants to pour out his great graces on us during this time. Father Michael Gately, in his book, Divine Mercy Explained, explains specifically 5 graces. And I have them on the board here. He uses an acronym, FINCH, to explain these different graces. The first one is the Feast of Divine Mercy. Looking at the Christian calendar, what is the greatest day? The greatest day in the whole year is Easter Sunday. We celebrate Easter for 8 days. It's called the Octave of Easter, and it actually ends on Divine Mercy Sunday. So that's the peak of Easter. Jesus had this to say to St. Faustina regarding Divine Mercy Sunday. "On this day, the very depths of my tender mercy are opened. I pour out a whole ocean of graces upon those souls who approach the font of my mercy. On that day, all divine floodgates through which graces flow are opened." I stands for the image. Jesus appeared to St. Faustina, and he specifically asked her to have a painting commissioned of exactly what he looked like when he appeared to her. A lot of times people think of God as being kind of harsh and condemning, but look at this picture. Jesus has his hand up. He has his hand up in blessing. He's taking a step forward toward us because he wants to be near us. The red and the white coming from his heart stands for the blood and water that he poured forth for us on Calvary. And he specifically wanted the words, Jesus, I trust in you, on this picture, because Jesus is worthy of our trust in him. N stands for novena. Novena is 9 days of prayer. The novena of Divine Mercy, each day there's a special intention. C stands for the chaplet of Divine Mercy. The chaplet of Divine Mercy is one of the most common devotions currently amongst lay people. It's almost like a grassroots type movement. The thing about Divine Mercy that makes it so popular is, one, it's prayed on the rosary beads, so it's easy to do, and it only takes about 5 minutes, so it's very popular. Jesus said to St. Faustina regarding the chaplet, "My daughter, encourage souls to say the chaplet which I have given to you. It pleases me to grant everything they ask for. By saying the chaplet, when hardened sinners say it, I will fill their souls with peace, and the hour of their death will be a happy one." I have a friend whose aunt was in the hospital and was going to be passing soon. She specifically waited for my friend to come to her deathbed and pray the Chaplet of Divine Mercy with her, and then she was able to pass peacefully. It's a very powerful prayer. The last is H, the hour of mercy. The hour of mercy is between the 3 and the 4 o'clock hour. Ideally, and the reason is because that's the hour when Jesus died. Ideally, a person would pray during that hour, but if at 3 o'clock, if you only have a few minutes, if you just say, Jesus, I trust in you, or Jesus, I love you, or something like that, that's really great. Father Michael Gately, who wrote this book, he tested Divine Mercy graces. He said, I want to know if this really works, or how this works. All day long on Divine Mercy, he prayed the Divine Mercy Chaplet. He prayed for his father. His father had left the faith, fallen away from the faith, and his father was dying of cancer, and treatments were not working, and he had fallen into a deep depression. After Father Gately prayed for the entire day, the next day when he talked to his mom had said that his dad had actually gone to confession on Divine Mercy Sunday, the day he spent praying. And over the next few months, actually his cancer was healed, and he's been cancer-free for the past 20 years. In conclusion, A, ask for mercy. B, be merciful. Be merciful in your words and your deeds and your actions. C, completely trust in Jesus. So important is this message of mercy that Pope Francis declared this the Jubilee year of mercy. And Pope Francis, he's not a saint yet, Pope Francis had this to say regarding the year of mercy. Here then is the reason for the Jubilee, because this is the time of mercy. It is the favorable time to heal wounds, a time not to worry of meeting all those who are waiting to see and to touch with their hands the signs of the closeness of God, a time to offer everyone, the way of forgiveness and reconciliation. If you would like to know more about Divine Mercy, please visit www.thedivinemercy.org. Also, there is an app that you can load on your cell phone, so you can just get it at the App Store, called Divine Mercy. Thank you.